You might not feel it yet, but something is already changing inside your body. Slowly, silently, and without warning, the strength that carried you through life is beginning to fade. One day, you realize the grocery bags feel heavier. The stairs seem steeper. Your steps feel just a bit less steady. And the most dangerous part? You assume it's normal? You assume this is just what getting older feels like. But what if it's not? What if the weakness creeping into your arms and legs isn't aging at all, but something more specific, more serious that no one told you about? After the age of 60, your body begins to lose muscle mass whether you realize it or not. And I'm not talking about a little softness around the waist or some stiffness in the knees. I'm talking about actual lean muscle tissue, disappearing, day by day, year by year, without your permission. Scientists call it sarcopenia. But most people over 60 have never even heard the word. And by the time they do, it's often because they've already lost 20 or even 30% of the muscle that used to keep them moving, lifting, standing tall. The scariest part is how easily it slips under the radar, because it doesn't come with pain. It doesn't send an alert. It just takes. You wake up one morning and feel a little more tired than usual. You skip the morning walk. You stop carrying things you used to. You avoid the garden work or reaching for that heavy pan. And soon, what started as mild fatigue becomes a slow decline. You sit more, move less. And the less you use your muscles, the faster they vanish. It's a cycle, one that affects your energy, your balance, your posture, your confidence. One that quietly robs you of your freedom. And here's the cruel twist. You could be eating what you believe is a healthy diet, lean meats, eggs, even protein shakes, and still lose muscle. Because what you're missing might not be more protein. It might be the right kind. The kind that actually triggers muscle building in an aging body. The kind that contains not just protein, but the exact amino acids your muscles need to rebuild after 60. The kind you probably haven't been eating at all. You see, not all protein is created equal. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at turning protein into muscle. It's called anabolic resistance. Think of it like a clogged signal. Your body is eating the protein, but it's not hearing the message to build. What scientists have found is that older adults need a very specific amino acid to turn that signal back on. It's called leucine. And without enough of it, your muscles stay silent. They don't activate. They don't grow. They don't repair. And that's how they fade, even if you're eating protein every day. But there's good news. Some foods, especially certain beans and legumes, are naturally high in leucine and other muscle-activating compounds. They're plant-based, fiber-rich, and packed with the right nutrients to not only preserve muscle but also support joint health, balance, and metabolism. The problem is, most seniors don't eat enough of them. Some have never eaten them at all. These humble foods are hiding in plain sight, sitting quietly on shelves, waiting to be noticed, waiting to be used, waiting to change everything. You might be thinking, beans? Really? But yes, really. Clinical studies have shown that when older adults replace just one serving of animal protein with the right type of legume, muscle protein synthesis increased by over 20%. That means their bodies started building more muscle, naturally. No pills, no powders, no gym memberships, just food, real food. The kind your body knows how to use. The kind that works with your biology, not against it. And the benefits go beyond muscle. These specific beans have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and even support the gut microbiome, which plays a crucial role in how your body absorbs nutrients and regulates hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, both of which are essential for strength and energy as you age. Imagine one simple food that doesn't just feed your muscles but also protects your heart, stabilizes your blood sugar, and keeps your brain sharp. That's what the research is showing. And yet, most seniors still rely on the same few foods over and over again, never realizing they're missing the very nutrients that could help them feel strong again. Let's stop pretending weakness is just part of getting old. Let's stop accepting fatigue, unsteadiness, and muscle loss as the price of another birthday. Because it's not inevitable, it's not unfixable, and it's not too late. If you're over 60, your body still has the capacity to build and protect muscle. It still knows how to respond. But it needs the right input, the right trigger, the right message. And that message starts with what you put on your plate. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder or running marathons. This is about getting your strength back. The strength to get up from a chair without pushing on your knees. The strength to carry groceries without needing help. The strength to take the stairs, to go for walks, to play with your grandchildren, to live on your own terms. That kind of strength is worth protecting. And it starts with awareness. In the next part of this video, we're going to look at 8 powerful plant-based foods, specifically beans, that researchers have identified as the most effective for supporting muscle health after 60. These are not trendy superfoods or exotic powders. They're simple, affordable, and widely available. Some you may already know, others might surprise you. But every single one of them has been shown to help older adults maintain or even regain the muscle that time tries to steal. And don't worry, we'll explain how to use them, how to cook them, and how to make them part of your daily routine without turning your life upside down. Because it's not about doing everything. It's about doing one thing, consistently. One change that shifts the course of your aging body back towards strength, energy, and vitality. Your muscles aren't gone. They're just waiting for the right signal. And now that you know, you can give it to them. You've probably spent most of your life hearing that protein is the key to strength. And in many ways, that's true. But what no one tells you, what most doctors don't even emphasize, is that not all protein works the same after you turn 60. The body you had at 30 is not the same body you live in today. And the rules have changed. What used to maintain your strength may now leave you flat, tired, and frustrated. This is why so many older adults say things like, "I'm eating right, I'm walking, but I still feel weaker." It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because your body needs a different kind of support now. Think of it like a machine that's aging. It still runs, but it needs higher quality fuel. And that fuel doesn't come from just any source. It comes from specific compounds, amino acids, minerals, and plant-based nutrients that work with your biology to activate strength at the cellular level. That's why food matters more than ever. But not just any food. Not the protein bar from the gas station. Not the same turkey sandwich you've had every day for 20 years. Your body now needs precision, not just routine. And the most overlooked source of that precision nutrition? Beans. Yes, beans. Not exactly the flashiest food, but inside each humble bean lies a complex nutritional formula. Exactly what your aging muscles are craving. Certain beans are high in leucine, an amino acid that acts like a "build muscle now" button. Others are packed with lysine and arginine, which improve circulation, repair tissue, and reduce post-exercise soreness. And nearly all of them are loaded with fiber, magnesium, folate, and antioxidants that protect your muscles from inflammation and slow breakdown. Let's take a step back. Why inflammation? Because chronic inflammation is a hidden destroyer of muscle. It builds silently in the body over time, from stress, from poor sleep, from blood sugar spikes, and once it's in motion, it eats away at your strength. Slowly, day by day. You may not feel the pain directly, but the result shows up in your energy, your balance, your recovery. Foods that fight inflammation aren't just good for your heart, they're vital for your muscles, and this is where certain beans come into play. Black beans, for example, contain anthocyanins, the same antioxidants found in blueberries, that calm inflammation deep inside muscle tissue. Lentils are rich in polyphenols, compounds that act like shields for your cells. Chickpeas help balance blood sugar, which means less insulin spikes and more steady energy for your body to use toward recovery instead of fat storage. This is the stuff that really matters after 60. Now let's talk about balance. One of the first signs of muscle loss isn't in your arms or your chest. It's in your legs. The strength in your thighs, your hips, your ankles, that's where balance begins. And when those muscles weaken, falls become more likely. One slip, one missed step, and everything changes. It's not just about looking fit. It's about staying safe. And what helps those muscles the most? A steady flow of muscle-building nutrients combined with movement and circulation. That's exactly what these foods deliver. We often think of food as fuel, but for seniors, food is medicine. The right bite can mean better sleep, steadier mood, and stronger legs. It can mean walking to the mailbox without holding your breath. It can mean picking up a grandchild without bracing yourself for pain. These aren't small wins. These are your life. And when you realize that, it changes the way you think about every meal. But here's what might surprise you most. When scientists studied muscle strength in older adults, they found that some who ate less total protein, but included specific plant-based proteins like soy or lentils, actually had better results than those eating more protein from animal sources alone. Why? Because plant proteins, especially the right ones, don't just deliver protein. They deliver supporting nutrients that unlock that protein's potential. It's like giving your body the full instruction manual, not just the pieces. This doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite foods. It doesn't mean going vegetarian. It means adding a cup of black beans to your salad, adding chickpeas to your soup, swapping a portion of meat for lentils in your stew. These are not drastic changes, but the results? They can be dramatic. It's also about timing. Did you know your body does most of its muscle repair while you sleep? That's why slow-digesting, fiber-rich foods like navy beans can help keep amino acids flowing in your blood for longer. So your body has the building blocks it needs, exactly when it needs them. Imagine feeding your muscles while you rest. That's smart eating. And then there's blood flow. Muscle doesn't grow without circulation. That's why beans rich in arginine are so powerful. Arginine boosts nitric oxide, which opens up your blood vessels and delivers oxygen right where it's needed, your muscle tissue. That means faster recovery, less soreness, and better performance in your everyday movements. Again, we're not talking about running marathons. We're talking about getting your life back, your energy, your mobility, your freedom. These things aren't luxuries. They're your right. And every day that passes without giving your body what it needs is a day you get further from them. But every small change you make, every bite of something better, is a step toward reclaiming them. And that's something you can start right now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because once you feel stronger, even a little bit, you'll want more. And not because you're chasing some goal, but because it feels good to wake up and not be afraid to move. It feels good to go for a walk and not wonder if your legs will keep up. It feels good to know that your body is finally working with you, not against you. The good news is, your muscles aren't gone. They're waiting for the right support, waiting for the right message, waiting for you to send the signal that it's time to rebuild. And the moment you start giving your body what it truly needs, nutrients that activate repair, foods that reduce inflammation, choices that protect your strength, that signal gets through. The results might not be overnight, but they will come. And when they do, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your legs when you stand up and don't have to grab the armrest. You'll feel it in your back when you walk across the room without that familiar ache. You'll feel it in your confidence, in your posture, even in the way you breathe. Because stronger muscles don't just lift weights, they lift your entire life. Let's talk about lentils. One of the smallest legumes in the world, and yet one of the most powerful tools you can use right now. Lentils are packed with leucine, fiber, and plant-based iron. But what makes them truly special is how efficiently your body uses them. In a recent study, seniors who added lentils to their meals just 3 times per week saw measurable improvements in grip strength and walking speed within a month. That's not a supplement. That's not medication. That's food. Now think about soybeans. Whole, steamed soybeans, also known as edamame, are a complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to grow. You don't need to rely on red meat or eggs for complete protein. Nature has already given you options, and they're easier on your digestion, lower in cholesterol, and filled with other compounds that protect your bones, your brain, and even your hormones. Black beans? They don't just build muscle. They help your body use nutrients better. Their effect on insulin sensitivity means your body is more effective at turning fuel into strength. Navy beans? Rich in arginine, they increase blood flow so that oxygen and nutrients reach your muscle fibers faster. Recovery improves, soreness fades quicker, energy lasts longer. These aren't miracles, they're molecules. They're the result of decades of nutrition science finally catching up to what some cultures have known for centuries. Real food heals, especially when you eat it with intention. But more than what you eat, it's about how you see yourself. You are not too old to get stronger. You are not too far gone to feel better. You do not need to accept weakness as your new normal. Strength is still within reach, not because you need to be someone else, but because your body still remembers. It remembers what it feels like to move freely, to stretch without stiffness, to carry your own bags, open jars, climb stairs, reach high shelves. These aren't luxuries. These are the foundations of independence, and you can have them again. The truth is, we've been taught that aging means decline. We've been told to expect less from our bodies. But what if the opposite is true? What if, by making a few smarter choices, you could expect more? Because once you shift how you eat, even slightly, your biology responds. You're not fighting your body, you're finally supporting it. And the rewards go beyond muscle. Improved digestion, clearer thinking, better sleep, calmer moods. All of these are connected to the same systems your food touches every day. That's why now is the perfect time to try. Not because you're in crisis, but because you still have the chance to choose, to take action, to make tomorrow feel better than today. And you don't need to do everything, you just need to start with one thing. Pick one bean, just one. Maybe lentils, maybe black beans. Add them to your lunch. See how your body responds. Notice your energy, then try another. Build from there. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. A new kind of strength, one that starts from the inside and works its way out. You don't have to track every calorie or count every gram. You don't need fancy gadgets or expensive powders. All you need is awareness, consistency, and a little bit of courage to try something different. That first step is the hardest, but it's also the most important. And here's what happens next. You start moving more. Not because someone told you to, but because your body wants to. You feel lighter, not just in weight, but in spirit. You start sleeping more soundly, waking up more refreshed. Tasks that used to drain you become easier. You stand taller, you smile more. And slowly, quietly, the fear that aging means fading begins to fade itself. It's replaced by something stronger, hope. Not the blind kind, but the kind rooted in real change, real progress, real control. You'll realize that the strength you thought was lost wasn't lost. It was just waiting. Waiting for the right food, waiting for the right moment, waiting for you. This journey doesn't require you to become someone new. It asks you to return to who you already are, capable, resilient, worthy of health. And maybe most importantly, it reminds you that your body is not the enemy. It is your oldest, most loyal friend. It has carried you through every moment of your life, and it still wants to carry you forward. All you have to do is feed it what it's asking for. So next time you open the pantry or plan a meal, remember this. One small scoop of lentils, one handful of black beans, one bowl of chickpeas, one choice that can change everything. You've got more strength left than you think, and now you know how to find it again.